The pass, a brief, majestic interlude in a game of unrelenting brute force. What was once considered a fleeting trend is now the way championships are won.
There's a lot of things you can attribute to the rise of the passing game. I think just offensive philosophy. Coaches are expanding what they do offensively with the talent level of players, the speed, the size, the ability of receivers to create space.
You've got incredibly gifted quarterbacks, incredibly gifted wide receivers. It's exciting. Each time you drop back to pass, you think there's a chance to hit a home run. There's a natural evolution to things. It was so run-centric for so long, it's got more towards the passing game.
Fitz is there, he caught it at the 10, Larry Fitzgerald!
In 1990, 10 passers threw for over 3,000 yards. 10 years later, that number jumped to 13. In 2010, 22 quarterbacks, over half the league's signal callers, reached that magic mark.
In my eyes, the NFL passing game has changed because of Eric Coryell. They had Wes Chandler, Charlie Joyner, my dad, Chuck Muncie, Dan Fouts, just great players. It's opened up everything.
The West Coast that Bill Walsh invented, instead of having that 2-3 yard run, how about you just throw it out to the running back in the flat, let him go get 3 or 4 yards from the pass game.
When I was a part of the greatest show on turf, to have the success that we had for 3 straight years, I think it showed people that you can actually win, be successful, and do it week in and week out by throwing the football.
With linemen becoming faster, linebackers becoming more athletic, and defensive schemes growing ever more complex, offenses have had no choice but to evolve as well.
It's caught by Holmes!
You can't methodically go 80 yards on 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
It's very hard to move people on the line of scrimmage. I think of when Joe Gibbs came in for my first year and tried to install a run game. They were surprised that we weren't driving defensive linemen 3, 4, 5 yards off the ball like the 80s. It's just become easier to throw the football.
Let's throw short stick routes. Let's throw hitch routes. Let's put the ball in playmakers' hands as frequently and as often as we can.
The increased emphasis on the passing game has led to an increased importance on the trigger man. This shift manifests itself most clearly in the number of quarterbacks taken first overall in recent years. In the first 51 years of the NFL draft, 15 signal callers were taken number 1. In the last quarter century, the same number, including 8 of the last 10.
Your best chance of having an elite quarterback is to take one in the first round. And the best chance of all is to take him with the first pick.
Drafting a quarterback, as we've seen in recent history, is the quickest way to turn things around.
The quarterback is the key. You take away somebody's quarterback from their offense or their ball club, and that whole team will shrink in the corner and hide.
If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you don't have a prayer of getting to the Super Bowl.
More passes means more points, and the entertainment value of such a product has not been lost on those who play the game.
The reason there's more emphasis on the passing game is because, that's what sells tickets.
Fans love to see touchdowns.
It's caught! Touchdown!
I think it sucks.
Outside of 5 yards, you can't touch anybody. It's very difficult to do what Ty Law did to Indianapolis receivers in a championship game.
No chucking after 5 yards, no hitting the quarterback. They're definitely going to add for more excitement.
With the high-scoring, high-flying league of today at a peak of popularity, and grinding yards out on the ground proving harder to do than ever, pass-first teams are becoming mainstays, and air will be the preferred method of travel of NFL offenses for years to come.